What's going on, everybody? I apologize for the tardiness. I had to go make a special run for the lady of the house and had a little small mix-up, so I was not very happy about that. However, I love my wife dearly. Honey, I love you, just in case if you're listening. But truth of the matter is, had some trouble, which will be probably something that grinds my gears for a while. But we're going to make this happen, and we are going to get everything started. I apologize again for my tardiness. I was on a food run that I thought I would get back to in time, but had some issues with said food. But everything is good now. We're going to get ready to get started. If you're on Facebook, it's I'm going to make sure y'all are live too. It's probably going to take a minute. We're going to make sure everybody is live. It's live on YouTube now. And then I'm going to make sure everybody is ready to go on Facebook as well. So Facebook, stick with me. We're going to make sure that this happens accordingly. I am trying to work on that, but obviously Facebook is being, with this scheduling of time, it is never really the best. So we're going to work this out, and then I will be bringing Facebook online momentarily. So if you're on Facebook trying to get on, I'm going to get y'all on. Don't worry about it and everything. You're only going to maybe miss a minute or two of the show, but it's not going to be too much. But I'll get everybody in, and we're going to have a good time. Nevertheless. And so that is something we're going to do, but we're going to go ahead. We're going to try to get this show started, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a good time anyway. This is something that we're going to definitely take care of. So thank y'all for sticking with me. Thank y'all for putting up with me. Nevertheless, trust me, if there wasn't going to be a show, I would have probably made an announcement. I was going to make sure there was a show. So we're going to make that happen nevertheless, but here we go. And then try to turn on my computer. My computer wants to ask me about Microsoft Office and stuff, which I'm thinking I don't need that right now. Here we go. Titans up. Titans up. I've been scoping from the sideline, waiting for the right time to send the freshest team to scrimmage. So I'm busting y'all. Welcome to City. We got this here. Don't worry about it. We got this here. It's Kansas City, so out your life. Don't worry about it. See, we got this here. It's a brand new dance, and it's about to go live. Tighten up, Nashville, rep the 615. First you tighten 2 steps, step to the right. Then you tighten 2 steps, step to the left. Blue jerseys everywhere. Game face, yeah, we got it on. Again, out of check, beating on it like it's King Kong. It's about to get her up. Here comes the train, y'all. Tennessee, tighten up. Tighten up. Let's get tightened up. Tighten up. Let's get tightened up. Stick it out my check. You know it like it's King Kong. Stick it out my check. You know it like it's King Kong. Tighten 2 steps. To the right. Then you tighten 2 steps. To the left. You know it like it's King Kong. Stick it out my check. You know it like it's King Kong. Third down, come around, we about to shut down. Good evening, Titan Nation. Officially welcome in to a brand new edition of Titans and Truth. I'm your man, Chris, AKA Blu Enforcer, and we're going to have a very wonderful episode here on this evening. Definitely make sure y'all are following me. Make sure y'all are following on Facebook at TNT Enforcers. Also on Instagram at Titans_N_Truth. Also on Twitter at TNT Blu Enforcer. Yeah, make sure y'all follow Follow me there, and make sure that you're catching up on everything that's going on with Titans and Truth as we get going. I got some big things definitely coming up that we're going to be working on. Definitely working on getting the website back together, and also going to be doing a big show announcement out. I'm going to be joining up with Mr. Titan as well as with Tennessee Titans Weekly coming Friday. There's going to be a pretty big show going on there as well. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Also, I want to shout out Derek Roberts. My God, Derek, I have not forgotten about you. I will be sending your mask off probably by the end of this week. So forgive me for that. I had some things come up and I had some issues that I had to take care of at home. That's why I wasn't able to send it out before. So I apologize for my tardiness, but I am going to be getting that out to you very, very soon. So believe me when I tell you, I only have one mask left to give away. That I have two masks left. One has already been claimed by one Mr. Derek Roberts. So another mask will definitely be coming. Make sure y'all share this show out on Facebook. Make sure y'all share this out on on YouTube. Share it out to Facebook until we get the Facebook link back online, which I am working on as we speak. So having a small technical difficulty with Facebook right now, but definitely gonna be in tune for that. So let's get into the TNT news of the week, and I'm gonna go ahead and get some. We got the jam with some good hits and everything with that while the show is going. So got some good hits. I'm gonna put up for everybody a little bit of. Y'all know how we do. We gotta have some. We gotta have some old school going on, because old school is where it's at. Old school is what it does. And while that's loading up and everything, some of the news of the day that's going on is that there has been some arrest going on in the NFL lately, and that being cornerbacks DeAndre Baker from the Giants, Quinton Dunbar from Seattle, Cody Latimer of Washington, wide receiver, and defensive tackle Ed Oliver, all getting arrested over the weekend. And I mean, this is just it's insane what's going on with all of these players. So that is something that's going on. I mean, for example, Cody Latimer gets arrested for assault charges in the second degree, with second degree assault charge, menace to society, illegal discharge of a firearm, and prohibit use of a weapon and reckless endangerment. He gets arrested for that. Then cornerbacks Quinton Dunbar, DeAndre Baker are arrested and they turned themselves in for counts of armed robbery. I believe it was at a casino event somewhere in Florida, and they were talking about that they stole over $11,000 in cash and in other valuables, up to about $60,000 of other valuables. And the witnesses were saying that it was not those particular guys, but I believe both of them have turned themselves in. And the teams have told them to stay away from team activities and things like that until all of this gets straightened out. And then on Saturday night, Ed Oliver, defensive lineman for the Buffalo Bills, who I'm actually glad now the Titans didn't draft, was arrested for charges of DWI, driving while intoxicated, and unlawful possession of a weapon. I mean, my goodness, 4 arrests in one weekend? Come on. I mean, I understand we're under quarantine, and you're under quarantine. You can't go to the facilities. You have virtual meetings and things like that, which could lead to more opportunities for stuff like this to happen. But my God, I mean, come on. You've got to be smarter than that. You have to understand that you are an NFL player. You are an NFL player. You are constantly watched by everybody. Every move you make is going to get criticized, is going to get critiqued, and everything with that. So why make matters worse? You got to be smart. Make smart decisions. If you're going to have a weapon, I understand people do carry weapons, but that is why you have permits. That's why you have carry licenses to carry weapons. But at the same time, you also got to know when not to use them. You don't just try to fire off at somebody to try to get somebody off your case or whatever. I mean, come on. You're only supposed to be using that if you're defending your life from somebody else trying to, hurt you or things like that, or if you're a cop or anything like that. And I'm probably not making sense of all of this, but it's pathetic. If I'm going to have a gun, number one, I'm going to have a carry permit. Y'all excuse me. I'm going to have a carry permit, and I am going to only use it in defense of my life or my family's life. That's basically it. I have no other reason to use a weapon. No other reason. If I feel my life is being threatened, then yes, I would use it. But at the same time, if my life isn't being threatened by an outside entity, why in the world would you have it? For what? I mean, come on. And I mean, you guys are making millions of dollars. Why are you trying to rob folks? Anybody is trying to look for a reason to pin something on you because you are an NFL player. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. So these four guys are truly dunce of the day worthy. Absolutely. I know we're not in the season right now, but these guys are dunce of the day worthy of that, because that's just pathetic. I'm sorry I didn't get to some of y'all comments. What's up, everybody? Glad everybody is here. We're going to get Facebook on in a minute. Al Pierce, what's going on? That Schefter tweet looks like it's fake because it doesn't look like it's a real one yet, although I will check. But it doesn't look like that's a real one just yet. I know everybody want to hunt me down, but I'm here now. Billy Scott, what's going on? Drumstar, yeah, I have to keep the wife happy. Yes, I do. So that's perfectly understandable. I do have to keep the wife happy. So as long as I do that, everything is okay. And plus, if CLOWNEY was actually signed, that would have been the biggest story of the day. And nothing like that has happened yet. We will have a Titans trivia for the last mask. And I also am going to be giving away another flag. I have the flag that's behind me. If somebody does not have it, I have an extra one. So I can definitely give that away as well. So Tighten Up Low say listening at McDonald's. Well, that's what's up. You're getting something to eat. I understand that. Yeah, I had an issue with food. So, that's something that that can be a problem, is that you're trying to get something to eat. You're trying to get something to eat, and you got to make sure your order's right and things like that. I thought my order was right. Come to find out it wasn't, so I had to turn back around to go back and get my order fixed. So that's something that's crazy. But yeah, these four guys getting arrested is absolutely it's pathetic. It looks bad on the game. And I mean, this is something that I'm trying to fix this to where it goes live on Facebook, and I don't know why it's doing that, but we're going to keep it working. So if you're on Facebook and you're not able to, come on over to YouTube and to join us, and come on over to YouTube and join us, and we'll fit you in. We'll definitely fit you in on that. But the next story that I got to talk about is that our main guy, Mr. Logan Ryan, is still a free agent. He's still a free agent. Now, I know I reported last week that it looked like he was close to signing with the Jets. That has not become official. So as of right now, Logan Ryan is still a free agent. Logan Ryan is still a free agent, has not been signed yet. And it looks like that is not he's not going anywhere just yet. So he has not been signed by anybody. The Jets are still in line to sign him, but also it looks like the Miami Dolphins are trying to get in on him as well. So that is something that is going on. And but right now Logan Ryan's unsigned. He could have came back. And remember, it was on that podcast that that he was saying that you know, that I wanted to come back. He wanted to come back, but you know, he put out that $10 million that he wouldn't come back for less than that. And so the Titans went out and drafted Kristian Fulton. They let him go out, test the market. He comes back and basically it's like, hey, I still want to resign, but the Titans have basically moved on. So I'm like this. I think the Titans wanted to get younger. They wanted to get faster. And that's why I think Logan Ryan got lost in all of that. So that's basically what happened. And now Logan Ryan is, out. So that's basically what it is there. And it's unfortunate. It's messed up. But hey, that's the way of the NFL. There's a lot of leadership that is gone from the team now. And we have to replace that. And so you got a guy like Delanie Walker's gone, Wesley Woodyard, Logan Ryan, all those guys. That means other guys are going to have to step up. So Logan Ryan being a free agent, hate that happened, but, it is what it is. We're moving on, and we have to keep going. We got Jonathan Joseph in free agency as well. So that is basically how all of that has been done for that. So now we get to our favorite, yours and mine. That would be Clowney Watch 2020. Clowney is still a free agent. Yes, he is still a free agent. He has not been signed yet. And right now it looks like he is waiting. He has decided to hold off on signing right now, but I think he's going to end up being a Titan at some point. And that is what I expect. I expect him to be a Titan. I think it's going to happen. I'm not going to really spend too much time on it because he's not signed yet. So we can't really talk about it until it's done. But I think in the end, he will be a Titan. I think that's just basically the be all end all of all of that. So now I'm going to play some footage for you because a particular Hall of Famer had something to say in regards to who could be the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC South. I mean, in the AFC. And, it's going to be very interesting of who that who that person is. Give me a second. I'm going to pull that up right now. Give me just a moment. But, I mean, it's very interesting. I was shocked to know who it was that made the comment. But believe me, this is a comment that you're going to want to hear, and you're going to love who that is.
That's a good one, Willie. It's hard to go against that one. The Baltimore Ravens are stacked. But I'm going with the team you just mentioned before that in your conversation, the Tennessee Titans. And let's remember, guys, this team is coming off an AFC Championship game against the Kansas City Chiefs where they felt like they had the game won. And then also, they beat them during the season. So
you know Ryan Tannehill is the quarterback, right, LT? You know it's Ryan Tannehill. This ain't Tom Brady. This ain't no big, you know. But you know that, right?
You know why I like them? It's all about the identity and makeup of this football team. They returned pretty much everybody but Jack Conklin. That he left in free agency. He's in Cleveland right now. But they drafted Isaiah Wilson, the tackle from Georgia. So this team is virtually the same. And Willie, I love what your former teammate Mike Vrabel has done with this team. It really reminds me of your old teams. Physical, discipline. And at the end of the day, they're going to play their brand of football. I think that matches up well with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Guys, I'm going to...
So that was the illustrious Hall of Famer, Mr. LT himself, LaDainian Tomlinson, saying that the Titans are the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC. Now, Willie McGinnis, of course, picked the Baltimore Ravens. Understandable. And we all know, and I've said this many times, the Baltimore Ravens are stacking up for us. They are not stacking up for any other team except us. They have us. They have a bullseye planted on us. They want to beat us so bad, it doesn't make any sense because they feel they got embarrassed at home. They feel they got humiliated, and they feel like what we did was a fluke. They think, nah, there's no way this can happen again. But Baltimore, y'all better get ready because what we did to y'all in the playoffs was nothing. Nothing. We can do that again. We can and we will. I have no doubts about it. We can and will. So if there are any Raven fans who are happening to watch this show, week 11, get ready to get that tail spanked again for sure. We coming. So that's without a doubt on that. Al Pierce talking about my comment with the guys getting arrested. What is the NFL turned into, the NBA? Well, you don't really hear as much craziness coming out of the NBA as you used to. But yeah, you had some crazy ones in the NBA, but not as much. Captain Trips, what's up with you? Alpin says Fulton will do well. I think he will too. Drumstar says should trade Corey Davis in the 3rd round pick to Cleveland for Odell. Nah, Odell's too much of a head case. I don't want him. Nah. Too much of a head case. I'm not going with a guy that's going to wear a $50,000 watch on game day when he should be focusing on catching the ball. Derek Roberts says I'm done with the Clowney crap. I think a lot of us are too. We'll find out until he's signed. I probably won't be talking about Clowney much anymore until he gets signed. Al says, LT talking truth. Yes, he is. Big old Titan. What's up with you? What's going on with you? And everything. So, yeah, like I said, I like the pick by LT on that. I think that the Titans are definitely a threat. They're pretty much bringing everybody back. So I like how the team is looking. Now, what was talked about today, noticing that on Jared and the GM, of course, stuff was coming out about Golden Boy getting the receivers and running backs and offensive linemen together in Tampa to work out. Big Ben is throwing with Juju and some of the receivers in Pittsburgh. Baker Mayfield is starting to throw with Jarvis Landry and OBJ. And the question is, okay, Tannehill, are you going to get the Titans together? And right now, all he's done is work out with Jonnu Smith. And A.J. Brown was on the Titans website. They were doing a little press conference with him and Jeffrey Simmons. And he basically said, because of COVID-19, he would want to link up with Tannehill and practice and everything, but because of COVID-19, with everything is going on, just trying to stay safe and things like that, that's why he hasn't linked up with Tannehill yet, which I think is what mostly is going on, with that. So, because of this COVID-19 problem, that's why the Titans players haven't really gotten together. And it could also be that the coaches are telling them, as far as trying to abide by the rules and things like that, and trying not to, have anything bad happen, because you don't want players going down to Florida, working out, and even though, it's just them and things like that, one of them contracts the virus and then brings it back here. You don't want something like that to go on or anything like that. So, I understand it. I would like to see that happen, but I would like to see it happen safely. I would like to see it happen where it's safe and sound for everybody. Titan, I appreciate you sitting down, eating dinner, watching me. I appreciate that very much. Make sure y'all share this out on Facebook. If you videotape it, put it on Twitter or Instagram. Let everybody know what's going on. If you're on the TNT Enforcers page, come on to YouTube and join. I apologize for the delay. Titans Mafia, what's up with you? Glad you got your mask. Hope you like it and everything. So, Albert said, too bad Corey's not big enough to play tight end. That could be interesting. That's true. And Captain Tripp says Corey Davis will have a great season. I hope so. He needs to have one. He definitely needs to have a big-time year. But let's get to pick my brain. Pick my brain. Let's get a couple of questions in here about the Titans. What's going on with that? And I'm glad everybody's here joining and stuff like that. Hopefully everybody's staying safe through this COVID-19 and everything. I know Joseph, my guy Joseph said he's going to take some time away, which I do understand. But hopefully everything will be okay for him and everything that's going on. But y'all give me some questions. Let me know what y'all want to talk about and everything. We're not going to talk about CLOWNEY because he ain't signed yet. Hopefully the facilities will start opening back up at the end of the month, going into June. Right now, the facilities are still open for rehabbing players to rehab and things like that. That's why Jeffrey Simmons is able to go into the facility and rehab and work out and things like that. We got undrafted free agents we got to get in. I'm going to try to work on getting maybe a undrafted free agent or one of the later round picks on the show. I'm not guaranteeing that just yet, but that's something I'm going to work on attempting to do and to try to see if I could do something like that. Also, I'm definitely working on getting a special guest. I may have Tennessee Titans Weekly on next week. I may have those guys on for next week's show. So stay tuned for that. Again, I'm trying to get some confirmation done, but I may have those guys on for next week. Definitely. So be in tune for that. Titans Mafia comes and says, how are you feeling about the roster right now? I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think there is still one or two more things that need to be done that I will feel great about it. I just think that as far as the backup quarterback situation, if they're going to add a veteran, they need to go ahead and do that. If there is a speedy pass catcher that's out there, I know we got a couple of guys undrafted free agent wise, and they're trying to get younger and faster. But other than that, I think we're okay at receiver and at tight end, offensive line wise, and everything with that. But I will also say one thing is, hopefully, of course, the CLOWNEY signing needs to happen. If we need another younger corner or safety depth or defensive line depth with that as well. I know we got Jack Crawford as well, along with Vic Beasley, and we got Laurel Murchison, but just showing up a few spots. But other than that, I think we're in a pretty decent position as far as the roster. So maybe get a couple more pieces, but other than that, I think we're in very good shape. Definitely with that. Let's see. Jonnu Flash last year, how can we better use him? I would say make him a matchup nightmare. He's got to make sure that he's better blocking. So he's got to, continue to be better as a blocker. And if he continues to do that, and if they just match him up outside, they could put him. If they put him outside and put him where he could be a mismatch on a I would say definitely can match him up against corners, against safeties, things like that. You got to use him all over the field. Match him up, get him in the best position where he could just dominate over the middle of the field or anything like that. So I would they need to make sure Jonnu is a focal point of this offense. Absolutely. Dale McElroy comes and says, do you see this as a year we need to win a championship before the window closes? With Henry's contract situation, Butler and Davis may be gone. What is our championship window? I think with the AFC championship appearance last year, our window just opened up. I think our window is open. I think we have a few years to go ahead and do something, but with us getting to the AFC championship, absolutely. I want a Super Bowl. I want us to the Super Bowl. That's my expectation. That is my expectation. That is what I expect, and I don't expect anything less. If you can prove you can get to the AFC Championship, get us to a Super Bowl. That's what I want. That's what I expect. I don't think my expectations are too high, and I don't plan on lowering them. I expect 11-5. I expect a division title. And so it is what it is with that. But I'm gonna put this out. Okay, here's a question for all of y'all. Are my early expectations, are they too high? Do I need to dial it back? I don't think I need to, but that is my expectation, and I'm sticking to it. The window is open. Billy Scott says, if you could bring a second player to come to the Titans with Jadeveon Clowney, who would it be? Oh, that's a good question. It would depend on who's out there, available. To go with Clowney, I don't know. That's an excellent question. It would depend on who's available. Right now, I mean, you can never have too many pass rushers. So I would have said along with Clowney, maybe. I would have said bring Logan Ryan back, but that ship obviously has sailed with that. So I don't know who else I would bring along with Clowney, honestly, right now. Maybe see, y'all got me on the spot. See, right now, let me take a look. I'm gonna try to see who are the available. I'm gonna try to see who are the available free agents. I like to thank my wife for supporting me, nevertheless. I'm gonna try to see who are the available free agents that are out there right now. So give me just a moment, and I'm gonna try to look that up. Give me just a second. I'm gonna try to see who might be out there that could possibly be available. But definitely, I know that there were a couple of rumors about Larry Warford, the offensive lineman. I just don't think we need to bring in another offensive lineman and stunt the growth of Nate Davis. But I mean, I could see that happening, but I am definitely not sure of that just yet. Drumstar says, get Josh Gordon reinstated. There's a fast receiver right there. Now, yeah, he would have to get reinstated. He's probably going to be suspended even if he gets reinstated. So I don't know. I mean, that's a bad apple. I don't know if I would want to do that. I would say this, and this might be pretty interesting. If it were me, I would bring in CLOWNEY and maybe a Mike Daniels on the defensive line. Add some more depth to the defensive line. Snacks Harrison, I don't know if I would bring him in because, I mean, he's a decent player, but I think Mike Daniels has a little bit of that mean streak and something in him, so I like that. So I would probably say a Mike Daniels would be a good pickup. Josh Gordon, too much baggage. It's just way too much baggage for me, honestly. Another choice, I would probably say, and I'm looking at players that might be available. Marcel Darius would be a nice addition. I'm surprised Marcel Darius is not signed right now. That's something that I find very odd, honestly. So that would be a couple players I would think about. Classic Rod says, how would you feel about the possibility of playing with no fans? I think it would be cool to hear everything they say, kind of like WWE. And I have a WWE bombshell at the end of the show, by the way, about that. So being with no fans, I mean, players could concentrate and things like that. There would be really no home field advantage, but it would take away from the pageantry of the game. But if it's to keep everybody safe, I understand. I will be upset because I'm not there to cheer the team on to victory. But if I could be around other Titan fans and we're getting loud, I mean, I will probably feel a little bit better. But it would be very strange, very unusual. I don't know if I would be able to be fully used to that. It would definitely be different. It would be different. It would be awkward at first, in my honest opinion. But, the WWE has been doing that for some time. It does make you focus more on the matches itself and the actual wrestling. There's not really a lot of backstage stories or anything like that. It's more focused on the competition, which is good. AEW has been doing a pretty good job of that. Now, what I like what AEW has been doing is that they have some of the guys that are wrestlers around the ring cheering their peers on, and maybe if there are staffers who work at the arena or something like that, they get to watch as well. So, I mean, I think that's a pretty interesting little concept of that. It does make it so you do hear a lot of chatter. You do hear a lot of like trash talk and things like that. So that is something that that does make it a little bit interesting. Dale says, thanks, man. Love the channel. I think without CLOWNEY, we stayed the same or slightly regressed. With CLOWNEY, Super Bowl or bust. I agree. Classic Rod says, your expectations aren't high if CLOWNEY is on the roster. Chiefs didn't get worse. They got another speedy running back. That's true. The Chiefs got better. The Ravens got better. Those teams got better. A surprise team that I like, Denver, got better. So our expectations need to be high because other teams are coming after us. Indianapolis scares me because of what they did in the draft. They're gearing up for us too. So that's something that you got to take into consideration. Your expectations got to be high because other teams are gunning for you. We're not going to be surprising anybody this time. So teams are expecting the best of us. So that's something that we got to deal with. Al Pierce says, we're with you. We're tired of mediocrity. Time to annihilate everyone. Go Titans, kick massive tail. I know that's right. Mediocrity, complacency, that's got to go. No doubt about that. Derek Roberts says, Gordon can't stay off the bud. True. And that, again, that's why I'm like, too much baggage for me. But I like the questions, y'all. That was good. Definitely great job. Appreciate the questions on that. But we're going to keep going in the show as we get into our new series that we've been talking about. And that is fun facts that we're talking about with our draft picks that we have. And our next pick that we're going to be talking about, as he pops up on your screen, is our new cornerback, Kristian Fulton. Of course, he's 6 foot, 200 pounds from LSU. A terrific pickup at 61. And I really am starting to like this pick more and more as the time goes on. And we're gonna get into some fun facts about Kristian Fulton as we go through the show. So here we go. Kristian Fulton, 6 foot, 200 pounds from LSU, part of a national championship team, part of a undefeated team, played with Joe Burrow. Of course, played opposite a great All-American corner in Stingley, and had to go up against Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson every day in practice. So, fun fact number 1 is definitely this. On a second. Fun fact number 1 is that he was born and raised in New Orleans. He was born and raised in New Orleans, grew up his entire life there, never left Louisiana until he leaves now to join the Tennessee Titans. He was a 5-star recruit from Archbishop Rummel High School in New Orleans. So he was a highly touted recruit. Was a defensive player of the year in the state of Mississippi, in the state of Louisiana, and was highly recruited. Was highly recruited, and goodness, I had a thought in my mind. I cannot remember what I was about to say, but it was a big time high school player. A big-time high school player, played in the Superdome in the state championship for Louisiana, and was the number 1 overall player in the state of Louisiana. That's what I meant to say. So that is something right there. A 5-star recruit, and this guy has excellent cut recovery speed. He ran a 4.46 at the combine. So he could keep up. True enough, the Chiefs have speed, the Ravens have speed, and that's something that he's gonna have to be able to compete against. But I think he has some pretty good speed along with Adoree Jackson. So I think we're going to be okay as far as the speed factor. Fun fact number 2. His nickname is K-Baby, and he did a recent interview with Amy Wells right after he got drafted, and so she asked him, like, what would you want the fans to call you, Kristian, Chris, or anything like that? He said K-Baby is good, and he got that name when he arrived at LSU as a freshman. He was a young freshman back in 2016. Back in 2015, 2016, was a young freshman at the age of 16, 17 years old. And he was like the baby of the group, the youngest of the group. And so he got called K-Baby. And that has basically stuck with him all throughout LSU. And it looks like that's going to stick with him with us. So, hey, if he makes a big play, we can say K-Baby or K-Baby, K-Baby, something like that. So that was his nickname given at LSU when he arrived on campus as a freshman. Let's see. Let's get some comments on that. Let's see. Drumstar talking about Gordon. Who cares if he's on the bud? NFL won't be suspending players for that anymore. Now, that is true. That is true. But he still got to get reinstated and things like that. So he might still have to deal with a suspension because he would have been suspended back at that time anyway. So I don't know if they'll change the rule for that, but I know the rule is now because of marijuana, they will not suspend players with that. So that's something that maybe it's something to monitor. Fun fact number 3. He was not just a football player. Archbishop Rummel. He was also a track star as well. He ran in the 110 meter and the 300 meter hurdles. And for 300 meter hurdles, he was named first team All State in the state of Louisiana for hurdles. I believe his personal best was over just under 31 seconds in the 300 meter, and his hurdle time, I believe, was 14:79, if I'm not mistaken. I think he also competed in long jump as well, but he was mainly a big factor in 110 meter and 300 meter hurdle. So that does mean he could jump a little, has some hops to him, and everything like that, but was a all-state track star as well. Fun fact number 4, and this is just a couple of facts kind of put together that he likes as well, is that, you know, his favorite TV shows are Snowfall, Power, and he said he was recently watching Ozarks as well. His favorite food is anything with barbecue. He said one of his favorite places for barbecue wings is Empire Wings in New Orleans. But he likes anything with barbecue, so I think he'll fit in well in Tennessee. His favorite music, he loves hip-hop. Likes guys like Kodak, Meek Mills are some of his favorite artists. And he's also a gamer. He likes Call of Duty and everything. He said not too many guys on the team go into Call of Duty like that, but he likes playing Call of Duty. And last but not least, his favorite team that's not football, the Lakers. He's a Kobe fan. Of course, I didn't really like the Lakers like that with Kobe, but rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. But he was a Lakers fan. So definitely something that I could appreciate there. Of course, he's also wearing purple and gold with LSU as well. But to my final fun fact, and this is to where he chose LSU. Fun fact number 5 is that he chose LSU in honor of his grandmother, Helen Quiret Shaw, who I believe was a teacher, if I'm not mistaken. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna pull up her. I know I saw her obituary recently, but I know she got her bachelor's degree at Southern University, but then she ended up getting her master's degree at LSU. She was 87 years old when she passed away. She passed away right before he made his choice to go to LSU. Of course, she's a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. She was a teacher in the East Baton Rouge Parish public school system for 31 years. So she graduated, got her master's degree from LSU, and that was something that she whispered in his ear and to his mother's ear, was that I want you to go to LSU. She wanted him to go to LSU, and so she, in heaven, rest in peace, Mrs. Shaw, she got her wish, and he ended up choosing LSU to go to college, and of course, went there for 4 years. And also another and a sad fact with this as well is that he had recently lost his grandfather to COVID-19. So COVID-19 has hit him personally in his life, which I know he is definitely one player that's very motivated. And I think his grandfather and grandmother's memory is going to motivate him even more to play well. So I definitely like the fact that he has those family values and everything like that. So definitely shout out to his family, and shout out to Kristian Fulton, now a new Tennessee Titans cornerback. But Kristian Fulton, new cornerback of the Tennessee Titans. I really like the pick. I think it's great, and I think he's going to do very, very well in this system. But now that we're getting in on close to 50 minutes of the show. We're going to get into our last part of the show with our Titans trivia. Titans trivia. So I got and Drumstar basically said LSU is a cornerback freak factory. Stoke, we got one on our squad. I agree. I like that. They've gone some good wide receivers with Justin Jefferson, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, and now cornerbacks as well. With, of course, you got defensive back with Tyrann Mathieu, Patrick Peterson, and of course now Kristian Fulton as well. So I definitely like where we're going with this particular pick. But Titans trivia is on the line. I got one last mask available. I have a white Titans mask that is available. And I'm going to show this to you now. But, of course, for this is Derek Roberts' mask. This is the gray one. This is for Derek Roberts. So, Derek Roberts, this one is yours. So, this is not available. But this one is available. This is the white Titans mask. This is the one that's on the line tonight in Titans trivia. And also I have this flag behind me, the Eddie George Steve McNair flag. I have an extra one available. So I have two questions. I have two questions that I'm going to put out. And these are franchise historic questions. So you got to know your Titan Oiler history to get these. So here is let's see, Al Pierce says, hope he can hit the ground running. Hope COVID's theft of OTA doesn't slow him down. I hope not either. But here is the first question for the Titans trivia. This is for the mask. Which receiver has the most 1,000-yard seasons in franchise history? This is Titans or Oilers. I'm not talking just Titans. I'm talking the whole history of the franchise. Who has the most 1,000-yard seasons? Now, y'all know, since Derek Mason, 1,000-yard seasons have become scarce because we've only had two since the early 2010s, and that is Kendall Wright and most recently A.J. Brown. But who in Titans franchise and Oilers franchise history has the most 1,000-yard seasons? I'm going to give y'all 30 seconds. And if nobody gets the answer right, then nobody gets the mask. Nobody will get the mask for that question. And it'll just lead to, I only give one prize away. Derek Roberts says Derek Mason. Nope, that is incorrect. That is the incorrect answer. You gotta know your history on this one. You gotta do some you have done some homework on this one. So I did this for a reason. It was not going to be easy. Jameson comes in with Ernest Givens. That's not it either. You're going to be shocked at who the answer is. I like where y'all going, though. I see Ernest Givens, Haywood Jeffries. So I'm going to give y'all about another 30 seconds to come up with the answer. But y'all are going to be shocked at the answer to the question. All right, but yeah, so I need y'all to put your thinking caps on. Like I said, it is not Derek Mason. It is not Ernest Givens. It is not Haywood Jeffries. Those are good guesses, but that is not correct. Derek Roberts said Frank Wycheck. That's not. I said receivers, not tight ends. I said receivers. Drew Bennett did have a 1,000-yard season, but that is not correct. And time's up, y'all. Time's up. Nobody gets this. The answer to the question, it is Drew Hill. He was with the Oilers. He was there with Ernest Givens, Haywood Jeffries, and all of them. But Drew Hill is the answer to the question. He had 4 1,000-yard seasons in his career as a Oiler. So nobody gets the mask for that. So I will put out the next question. And this will be for the mask. So nobody gets a flag, but the mask is still on the line. So speaking of Oiler history, let's go back even further. And there is and some of my old heads who follow the team might know this. I'm gonna give y'all a chance. I want y'all to check this out. I want y'all to actually go do a little research on this. I'm gonna give y'all a minute on this one. Who scored the first touchdown in franchise history? Who scored the first ever Oilers touchdown? Who scored the first touchdown in Oilers history? Yeah, I got to go all the way back to the 1960s to get this one. Yeah, I got to go back to the 1960s for this. Alper says Kenny Burrow. That is not it. But there's a little story about this particular player when the answer is given. So I'm going to give y'all about a minute to figure that out. But who scored the first touchdown in Oilers history? All y'all got to do is look. Y'all can actually look this one up. Y'all can actually try to look this one up. Derek Roberts said, that's too old for me. Hey, it was too old for me too. But I have to make the questions hard. I got to make it interesting. This is how we find out who knows their history of the Tennessee Titans. I did a little homework on this one. So I got to challenge y'all a little bit. But it seems like there's some people having some trouble. There we go. Daryl John gets the answer right. That is correct. The name of the player who scored the first touchdown in Oilers history is Charlie Hennigan. And this was back in 1960 in the Oilers first season. He's from Louisiana Northwestern State University. In 1960, he was a school teacher before he was a player, and only played in 11 games in that first year, and had the first touchdown in Oilers history. And he actually had a very good history with the Oilers from 1960 to 1966. He had 3 1,000-yard receiving seasons, and he holds the record for the most receptions in a single season by an Oiler Titan with 101. And that was in 1964. He caught 101 balls for 1,546 yards and 8 touchdowns. That is the most catches by an Oiler Titan in history. Also has the most receiving yards for a Titan at 1,746 yards in 1961. And they didn't play they only played like maybe 11, 12 games at the time. They didn't play 16 games yet. But that was back in the AFL days. But Daryl John, you just got yourself a white Titans mask. So Daryl, you can hit me up on Facebook, on Messenger. Get with me, and I will get that mask to you. Derek, I'll get yours to you as well, and everything. So I'll probably give that flag away next week, but had to challenge y'all a little bit, take y'all back in the day with a little bit of Titans Oilers history with that. But that is the answer. Charlie Hennigan. He was a very talented receiver back in the 60s with that. But I definitely love Frank Wycheck as well. And Derek Mason was a big-time help of that. So, to end the show, the Blue Bombshell. And this was a sad story, of course. We always gonna tighten up for Alex Martinez. His birthday was just a few days ago recently, and still prayers out to the Martinez family. But in WWE news, the WWE, a former wrestler passed away from the tag team known as Crime Time. His name was Shad Gaspard. And what happened in this story was that they were out in California, him and his family and him and his son. I want to say they were fishing or just swimming or fishing or something like that. And I believe they were both in the water. I don't know if it's someone overboard or something like that. And there was a bad current out there in the ocean. And rescuers were trying to get out and rescue them, had to rescue some people that were out there. And Shad made sure that his son was rescued. So his son is fine. His son was saved. And then a very bad current prevented the responders there from rescuing Shad. They did a search for him, went missing back on the 17th. And unfortunately, the Coast Guard had ended their search, and everything, but everything was stopped. So he was reported passing away. I know his family came out with a statement. The WWE came out with a statement as well, but just a sad story. With what happened, was one of my favorite tag teams back in the day with John Cena coming up and everything with that Crime Time. But definitely my prayers go out to the Gaspard family. My prayers go out to JTG, to the entire wrestling community and everything with that. But rest in peace. Shad Gaspard was born in 1981 and unfortunately passed away this year. Thank y'all for letting me have that moment of silence right there. But rest in peace to Shad Gaspard and his family. But today was a good show, y'all. We had a really good time. I know it was just a little bit over an hour. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulty with Facebook. This show will get out on Facebook. I will make sure it gets shared out with that. Make sure everybody share that out. If you did a watch party, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. To tell you the truth, as y'all can see, I'm in my Derrick Henry jersey. And everything we'll be right back here same time next week with some fun facts on our third round pick, Darrington Evans. So again, y'all make sure y'all follow. Y'all see on the ticker down there. Y'all follow me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Make sure y'all share everything out. Daryl, make sure you get with me on Messenger or in the group. And I will definitely see y'all. Make sure y'all stay tuned Friday for the show. I will put that out whenever everything is recorded. So I will be with Tennessee Titans Weekly and also with Mr. Titan. I think Titan Upload might be on there as well. I'm not sure, but definitely make sure y'all stay tuned for that. And hopefully everybody will have a good rest of your Wednesday. I'm about to go watch me some wrestling and eat me some food. Thank y'all for tuning in to Titans and Truth. And y'all have a very, very good rest of the night. And I will say in closing, of course, as Tommaso Ciampa would say, that no one, and I do mean no one, will survive. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. Tighten up.